All right, let's dive into something we all use probably every single day in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Cutting boards. We got a ton of articles from you guys about bamboo cutting boards, and you know what? I'm kind of intrigued. Seems like there's way more to this whole bamboo cutting board thing than I ever realized.
Right.
What do you say we uh, chop through all the info and figure out what's really going on with bamboo cutting boards?
Yeah, let's slice right into it. One thing that really struck me was how a simple choice, like what we're prepping our food on, can actually have, like a real impact on the environment.
Oh, totally. One article even quoted Robert Sfron saying, the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And that really resonated with me. It
Absolutely.
makes you rethink that whole, like, well, my one little cutting board won't make a difference kind of thinking, right?
It really does. And, a lot of it comes down to just how incredibly fast bamboo grows. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking about a plant that can shoot up like 3 feet in a single day.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah, 3 feet in 24 hours. Now try to imagine an oak tree doing that. Hardwoods can take, decades, sometimes even centuries to fully mature. It's a huge difference.
That's mind-blowing. While you're waiting for one oak tree to grow big enough for a cutting board, you could have this whole bamboo forest ready to go.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that means less deforestation, less impact, right?
Exactly. Bamboo's renewability is a major win for the environment, especially compared to traditional hardwoods or even plastic for that matter.
Okay, so it's fast growing. That makes sense. But what about like the whole carbon footprint thing?
Oh, right. So bamboo's a champ when it comes to carbon sequestration, too.
Carbon sequestration. Remind me what that is again.
Basically, it's how plants capture and store carbon dioxide from the air. It's like they're breathing in the CO2 that would otherwise be contributing to, climate change. And bamboo, it's incredibly efficient at this. It actually absorbs way more carbon dioxide than a comparable amount of hardwood.
So you're saying my cutting board could help fight climate change?
In a way, yeah. By choosing bamboo, you're supporting a more sustainable material that actively works to remove CO2 from the atmosphere.
Okay, I'm impressed. But let's be real for a sec. When some people hear bamboo, they picture flimsy beach mats, not something you like chop a butternut squash on.
Yeah, I get it, but this is where it gets really interesting. Bamboo might seem delicate, but it's shockingly strong, often even harder than maple or oak.
Wait, harder than oak? Really? I would have lost money on that bet.
It's true, and the crazy part is, even with that strength, it's still gentler on your knives than hardwoods. You get less warping, less cracking. Even those deep cut marks you sometimes see on other boards, they're less likely with bamboo. Take good care of a bamboo cutting board, and it could last you like a decade or more.
A decade, no, that's an investment I can get behind. One of the articles even mentioned this, like extra large bamboo cutting board, I think it's 17.6 inches. And at the time, I was like, who needs a cutting board that big? But now I'm thinking, bring on the giant pumpkins.
Relax. That's the spirit. That's what's great about bamboo. It can really stand up to the challenge.
And speaking of standing up to the challenge, can we talk kitchen hygiene? I mean, everyone wants a clean kitchen, right?
Yeah.
But bamboo, it's like next level clean.
Right. This is where bamboo really shines. It's naturally antimicrobial. Basically, it's a lot harder for bacteria to grow on bamboo compared to plastic or even other types of wood.
Okay, so for anyone who's ever, like, accidentally cut raw chicken and then used the same cutting board for veggies, maybe without, thoroughly sanitizing in between,
Yeah, we've all been there.
bamboo's got our back.
Exactly. It's like a built-in safety net, reducing that risk of cross-contamination.
So how does that even work? Does bamboo have, like, tiny little ninjas that fight off bacteria?
Not quite ninjas, but close. It's all about bamboo's natural composition. It contains bioagents, these natural substances that actually inhibit bacterial growth.
So it's like a built-in defense mechanism.
Exactly. And the best part, no harsh chemicals needed. Just plain old soap and water, that's all you need to keep a bamboo cutting board clean.
Music to my ears. Honestly, sometimes all those specialized cleaners feel a bit much. So we've got eco-friendly, surprisingly strong, naturally hygienic. Did we miss anything?
Well, a cutting board does have one other important job.
Oh, right. It has to look good on our countertops, too.
Exactly. And bamboo definitely delivers on the style front. It's got this naturally elegant look, that light color, the fine grain.
Yeah, and it's really versatile, too.
Oh, absolutely. You can totally use it as a serving board. Cheese board, charcuterie. It looks amazing.
One article even featured this luxury bamboo charcuterie board set. And honestly, I want it. It's beautiful.
Isn't it? Proof that bamboo can be both practical and super stylish. And you know what's funny? It's not just us home cooks who are obsessed with bamboo.
Oh, tell me more.
Professional chefs are getting in on the action too. Apparently, they love how durable bamboo is, and of course, that whole hygiene factor is a big deal in professional kitchens.
That makes sense. Restaurant kitchens are basically war zones. If bamboo can survive that, it can survive anything.
Right. One chef even said he's had the same bamboo cutting board in his restaurant for like 5 years, and it's still going strong.
5 years in a restaurant kitchen, that's wild. So for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, I'm sold, where do I get me some bamboo? What should they keep in mind when they're shopping for a cutting board?
Well, first off, not all bamboo cutting boards are created equal.
Good to know.
One of the articles had a really helpful buying guide, and it pointed out some key things to look for.
Like what?
Size, for one. It seems obvious, but
Yeah.
you want a board that actually fits your needs, right? You know, like how much space do you have on your counter? How much do you usually cook at once?
Makes sense. No point in having this massive cutting board if you're mostly just like chopping garlic.
Right. But if you're like a meal prepping fiend or you love to host big dinners, then hey, bigger might be better.
Totally. What else?
Thickness is another big one. Thicker boards are generally going to be more durable. They can handle more chopping, more washing, basically just more use over time.
That's key, especially if you're trying to make it last, like a decade.
Exactly. Oh, and don't forget about where your bamboo comes from. Definitely look for sustainably sourced bamboo.
Right. So it's not just about the material. It's about supporting companies that are doing things the right way.
Exactly. And it usually says it right on the packaging or in the product description, so it's easy to spot.
Perfect. Any other pro tips for us?
Oh, one more thing. One of the articles mentioned this XL bamboo cutting board with compartments, and I have to say, it's kind of genius.
Okay. Tell me more.
It has these built-in compartments for holding chopped veggies or ingredients as you're prepping. Streamlining, you know?
Oh my gosh, that would change my life. I need that in my kitchen. Stat. All right, so we've got eco-friendly, surprisingly strong, naturally hygienic, stylish, versatile. Seriously, bamboo cutting boards are like the overachievers of the kitchen.
Right. They're pretty amazing when you think about it. And to think it all starts with this fast-growing grass.
It really goes to show. Something as simple as choosing a bamboo cutting board can actually make a difference. Less waste, lower carbon footprint, even a cleaner kitchen.
It's a win-win-win.
Exactly. So for anyone out there feeling inspired, maybe it's time to give bamboo a try. You might be surprised at how much you love it.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe that simple swap could spark something bigger, making more conscious choices in our kitchens and beyond.
It's about aligning our actions with our values.
Right.
And finding those little swaps that actually make a difference.
Exactly. Small changes, big impact. And that about wraps it up for our deep dive into the wonderful world of bamboo cutting boards.
Thanks for chopping it up with me today. Until next time, happy cooking, everyone.
At nourishingtapestry.store we have a large range of bamboo cutting boards. Thanks for watching. Check us out at nourishingtapestry.store. Like, subscribe.